Our guest today is Aditi Taylor. She is partner at Deloitte, which is one of the largest and a leading consulting firm. We are going to talk to her not about her job at Deloitte, but we are going to talk about theater and Sach or Sach ke Siwa, a play in which she is a leading actress, and this play is staged on April 30th at Regis College by India Association of Greater Boston. So Aditi, welcome to our studio.
Thank you so much, Upendraji, for having me here.
Great, excellent. Really, we wanted to do this interview last year after I saw the play the first time, and your role was absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you.
And you did a good job. Whole team did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
So now the play is again being staged
Yes.
for the IAGB this time. So we would like to touch base on a couple of things.
Sure.
One is, before we get into the play, that Deloitte is one of the most respected consulting firm. Tell us briefly about that and your role there.
So as you know, it is one of the leading professional services firms. I am a partner in the life sciences advisory practice, as part of which I advise my clients on various risk management practices and strategies related to regulations and compliance areas, specifically focusing on the pharmaceutical, biotech, and medtech industries.
Excellent. Now, if I have also heard that somehow when you became the partner and you were interviewed for that, there is some theater role there. Can you talk about that? We don't want to talk about that.
Theater has always been my passion all across my life. In fact, the first time I ever stepped on stage was when I was 4 years old as part of a dance drama production back in Mumbai, India. And I've continued to perform in amateur theater ever since. I've learned a lot through this journey on theater. In fact, everything that I am, who defines me and what I am in my professional role today, I can say I've learned from theater. And I kind of talked a little bit about that through the partnership process as well. A lot of it really focusing on how you prepare for meetings in your professional career and how you prepare for being on stage. It's almost the same. Theater teaches you a lot about teamwork because you're never alone on the stage. It teaches you a lot about understanding the big picture, because if you only just focused on your own lines and somebody else forgot their lines, which invariably happens to everybody, has happened to me, and I'm sure can happen to anyone, you just need to jump in and salvage the situation for the whole team. So you really need to understand the big picture in life, and I believe that that's what theater has really taught me as well.
Excellent. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the play? For those of viewers who have not heard or have not seen this play or not read the book before.
Sure. So Sach or Sach ke Siwa is the name of the play. It is a courtroom drama, a 2-act Hindi suspense thriller. It's an adaptation of a novel by Agatha Christie titled Witness for Prosecution, which was actually made into a movie by Alfred Hitchcock. It was subsequently written into a play by Uday Narkar in Marathi and successfully ran several shows. In fact, the leading characters of the show were Vikram Gokhale, who we all know as a stalwart actor, and Supriya Pilgaonkar, who is Sachin, the famous actor Sachin's wife, who played the leading role in that play. And it was a phenomenally resounding success. It was called as Khara Sangaitsa Tar. We actually performed this play in New England in Marathi 2 years ago now. And since then, our director and producer Avinash Padhye actually translated the play in Hindi. It's such a phenomenally written play that we wanted to make sure we could really present it to a wider audience, and that was the thought process behind it. So we performed it in Hindi last year.
That was the first time performed in Hindi.
Correct, in Hindi. And now we're doing a rerun of it when we were fortunate enough to have been approached by IAGB, India Association of Greater Boston, to perform this in order to raise funds for IAGB's new initiatives related to integration beyond boundaries and community services.
So when the stay was performed the first time in Marathi, what about the actors? Are the actors have changed, or the same actors more or less till this play?
all the actors are the same.
Exactly same. So
All
they
of us
performed
are
that
same.
one, the first Hindi and
Correct.
today. And how many actors are there?
9 in total.
9 in total, all
Yeah,
male,
on stage.
female.
Yep.
Is there any particular ratio, or it's half and half, or?
No, there are 3 female characters
Okay.
in the play. That's how it is written, and the rest are male
Okay.
characters.
So you had when I watched the play last time, you had a very powerful role there. I know you do not want to tell the secret,
Right.
but if you can just give an idea about your character in the play.
Sure. So it is the character that I play is a very, very complex character. She has multiple shades, and it was incredibly challenging to portray each of those shades as she goes through the various sets of emotions on stage. I hope the audience likes and appreciates how difficult it was to kind of portray it every single time she steps on stage. But I guess I shouldn't divulge beyond that because it is a suspense thriller after all.
And it plays about 2 hours plus, right?
Yeah, it's about 2 hours to 2.5 hours, including the intermission,
Okay.
which is a short 15-minute intermission.
Excellent. And now you are the common person between you are also on the board of IAGB.
I am.
And then you are the leading actress there, and you have been part of that. So the question I am going to ask you is, this is the first time IAGB is really doing a major event like this.
Yeah.
And they have been known for basically doing the Republic Day and the Independence Day. Any particular shift there in the IAGB?
There is. Me being on the board of IAGB, I'll speak about that first. Me being
Sure.
a part of the play, I guess, is a mere coincidence.
Sure.
But as part of IAGB, when the new committee came on board for the 2015-2017 year, one of the vision of the organization and the new president, Jayashree Boruganti, was to really expand the focus of IAGB beyond the 2 signature events that it's known for, being Republic Day and India Day, and to really foster a greater sense of collaboration across all the various organizations we have in New England and beyond, which is what we call as our Integration Beyond Boundaries initiative, and to really foster a place for India Association of Greater Boston in community services. So these are the 2 primary initiatives that IAGB is forging forward. As part of community services, the selected platform for IAGB is Hunger. And we are looking at various different initiatives here in the US, including Project Bread, which is coming up a day after our event, actually on May 1st in Boston, as well as supporting local soup kitchens in whatever we can do from a community perspective in supporting these initiatives. After all, IAGB is one of the oldest Indian American organization here in the
Sure.
US. So really trying to move forward. It's already well established in the cultural arena with the 2 events that it has had
Sure.
over the years, and trying to expand beyond that.
So Aditi, you mentioned earlier that when you were 4-year-old, for the first time you acted. Can you talk a little bit more about your journey in theater?
Sure. As it is quite popular even these days, it was back then as well. My parents, who were physicians by trade, put us in various activities over the summer. One of the popular activities was related to drama workshops. So both my older sister and I participated in various drama workshops and really took a liking to it. Avishkar Chandrashala in Mumbai, which is actually founded by late Shri Arvind Deshpande and Sulva Deshpande, very well known both movie and theatre actors, still runs quite today. I was part of Avishkar Chandrashala, still am, and that's where I really learned the basic skills of acting and continued in various workshops beyond that, through school, stage, what have you. I actually speak multiple languages, so I've acted on stage in various languages,
Such as?
including French as well.
Okay, so you speak French too?
I do.
Okay. French, Marathi, Hindi, English, Gujarati too?
German, and I've learned Japanese as well.
Okay, so how did you get to learn so many languages?
Everybody in India, you essentially grow up trilingual, right?
Sure.
Most of the time, your medium of instruction is English, so you learn English. You all learn Hindi because it's required, and it was required in school. You learn your mother tongue, which in my case is Marathi, so I learned Marathi obviously growing up. My husband is Gujarati,
so that's a good
I must have an ear for languages, so I very easily picked it up. And if I spoke in Gujarati, you wouldn't know.
No, excellent.
I learned French in school, and I continued on and went on to actually get a degree from Alliance Française in Mumbai. So studied that for several years, and while I was studying that, I don't know why I wanted to study German, so I went to Goethe Institute and studied that till I actually could go study in a German university. And then as I was at the tail end of that, I also went and learned Japanese.
No, my God.
Just had too much time for this.
Now, language is very good actually to learn. Can you put a number of plays you have acted in so far since you were 4-year-old?
It would be really hard to come up with a number. It's probably more than 30, 40.
So any your favorite plays which you have acted in the past, which you have really said, oh my God, that play was fantastic.
Several of them have been. Obviously, Sach or Sach ke Siwa, the role. When people see the role, will realize how complex and challenging it was. I've always actually wanted to do this play, so it coincidentally just happened when we first talked about this few years ago and decided to actually work on this play in the Marathi version, that is, and when Avinash put it together, who is our producer and director, was really happy to have had the opportunity to work on this particular role, which is very challenging. Back in school, I actually performed in an English play and did the role of Lady Macbeth, which is also a very challenging role if you know the story of Macbeth.
Sure. Okay.
But several others in between.
So now in this actor, Sach or Sach ke Siwa, all the actors, they knew each other or before, or just it led to other people?
No, we've all known each other socially for the last several years. Avinash Padhi, who is the director and producer, and I have actually worked together in several plays.
Him for an interview.
That's correct. We have worked together in plays, almost for the last 11 years together, in various different plays, not necessarily just in this capacity, but in different kinds of plays and roles, both as actors as well. So some of us have worked together on stage, others may not have necessarily worked together, we knew each other well. But I will say over the last year and a half, between the first Marathi production to the Marathi rerun, which we actually did in New York, to the Hindi run last year here in New England, and this one, there is just an amazing chemistry across all the actors on stage.
Now,
it's just phenomenal.
How has theatre changed your life in a personal way?
I just think it has given me a great sense of objectivity and appreciation, and has also just generally taught me to not judge anything by the cover. As an actor, you do shift and change and portray many different looks, and there's a lot behind it. So it's easy to just sit there and assume that must be it. But it's very important at every point in life to take a step back and just watch and learn and not judge.
Now, the last question I have for you is if you can talk a little bit about the logistics of the play on April 30th.
So as you mentioned, this play is being performed in support of IAGB, India Association of Greater Boston's initiatives, on April 30th at Regis College. The play will begin at 4 p.m. And end at 7 p.m. However, prior to that, there is a social hour for all the attendees of the play as well as the artists to mingle together. The social hour begins at 3 p.m. and doors open promptly at 3:40 p.m. At which point you can go in and take a seat. The play will begin exactly at 4 p.m. The first half is about 2 hours. And there's a 15-minute intermission, after which will be the second half.
So is assigned seating, or people can sit anywhere?
So the premium members will have assigned seating. All tickets are will call. So if you've already bought your tickets online, you will receive your tickets, physical tickets, on the day of the event when you present your name, which should already be in our database. And all other seating is first come, first serve.
Excellent. Aditi, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Nice, fun talking to you.
Likewise. Thank you so much for having me here.
And all the best for your play.
Thank you so much. Hope to see you there.
Excellent.